chief of the campaign.
Bye then. And we're back, guys. Thank you for being patient and waiting for us. Let's see what happens with the next part of the story as we listen to this nice, smooth jazz.
I mean, it sounds like
my
Hobby
martini?
Lobby, but sure.
Where's my martini? Shaken, not stirred, right?
This is not a James Bond film. Raydik is cooler than James Bond, so
That's what you think.
it's also not Sean Connery.
Sean Connery and James Bond is cooler than them all. We all know this.
Okay, so you're just waiting for lab results to come back?
Yeah.
Apparently.
So is Shyalu supposed to keep her in a coma until they come back, or like what is how is that supposed to work?
How long
Shyalu's
do these
supposed
things
to,
take?
Fix her.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna fix her, which means that that sounds totally wrong. It sounds more like he was
Fix her.
Yeah, I'm not sure Remi would like that. But anyway, it sounded like he was going to at least heal her, make whatever this thing that's causing the coma to go away. But I don't know how well his medicine roll went.
Yeah, I assumed he was like gonna just like heal her while the lab results are going. Because it's called multitasking.
Well, it seemed like people
How
were super
long
paranoid about her waking up and trying to kill people, so
How
this is
long do
clarifying.
these results take anyway?
Days.
At least a day.
Lab results are not a quick thing.
They're quicker in Star Wars land, but
Yes.
Yeah, if it were real life, it'd be a lot
He'd
longer.
be closer to like 3 or 4 weeks.
Alright, we'll find out.
And that's if you were-
in 3 or 4 weeks. Come on back one those time, people, everyone.
anyway. Yeah, stay tuned for forever while we figure out what's happening. No, I will accelerate the results for plot convenience sake. Because plot convenience is great.
Yeah, let's go on.
Yeah,
to the next
so what do you guys do after this conversation while you're waiting for lab results?
I think Lexa's probably gonna go and check on Shyalu.
Great. All right. Checking on Shyalu. Anybody else?
Raydik, do you have? Do you what?
Did you move me?
Oh, Raydik, do you happen to have a shooting range here? Someplace where
That's where I am.
Elora can practice a little bit.
I mean, this warehouse is large. Don't hit any of my mechanics.
Put up a sign that says "Don't go past this line."
Live fire
They do it
test.
right
Be
in front of
careful.
the giant door. Live fire test.
Yep, live
Caution.
fire test. Caution. Sniper working on her aim again. Now
Alright,
one's impossible.
Alright, so you guys are shooting stuff. Alright, so you guys go off into a corner and shoot to another corner.
Okay, that's while they're pursuing that bad idea. Is there anything we can do now?
You can do a lot of things. You could do like anything you want to.
You know, useful to
That-
to further things, but
Yeah.
Not so much. You could come with me and check on Shyalu, so that I'm not alone with.
You just want me to roleplay Shyalu. I see through the lies of the Jedi.
That's 8
Not a
lines so
Jedi.
far. How many more lines can you get out of it?
Also, I mean, there's 4 characters in one room, and it's only going to be played by 2 people. So someone else please join us.
yeah, I'll probably head along with you. Yeah.
All right, sweet. All right, so you guys are going. So you guys are checking. Shyalu's got her like hooked up to some medical equipment, taking some readings, trying to figure out what's going on. Ramai is just like staring over his shoulder, like pacing back and forth.
Of course he would be. This is the love of his life. He wants to make sure she's all right.
You be careful with what you're insinuating, sir.
With that intro,
What even?
Lexa's gonna walk in. Fake. Shyalu. Ramai. How is it?
Look at you.
How is she doing?
She's doing the same. Just trying to figure out what's going on with her.
Any clues?
Well, as far as I can tell, it's some sort of organ failure.
Hmm.
That seems pretty serious.
And, well, I was about to try seeing if I could heal her through the Force. But if there's some sort of underlying cause for the organ failure, it might, come back.
Look at Ramai as he's saying these things. Does he seem concerned?
He looks very concerned. He's like, you could tell his knuckles are like turning white. It's just like he has his hands in fists. He's just kind of sitting there.
Is there something you need or we can procure in order to maybe help you figure it out?
Well, I think I'm going to try to heal her, and then if her condition returns, we'll have a clearer picture of what's going on. So, well, all right. So that he's gonna, do his Force things.
That, yeah.
He's doing the Force things.
Do the first things.
He's doing the Force things.
Kalani, do you want to stay here with them? Keep an eye on things?
Oh yeah, okay.
Right. I will, I'm gonna go find Raydik. Ask him anyway, see if there's something he can provide Shyalu. I don't know what, but maybe there's something that can help him. I'll leave Arwanes though with them. Again.
Okie dokie. So you go to talk to Raydik to find magic stuff. Alright. Finding some magic stuff.
So when did this start? When did she start showing symptoms of whatever this is?
Well, I think it was when it was right after you left for Coruscant. I thought she was just recovering from the shadow. Should have caught it sooner.
That's what kind of cause that?
On balance, this is very happy music for what we're discussing.
Yes, it is. But it's Raydik's jazz music, and it's actually playing inside the hangar, so deal with it, folks. Totally sets the mood right.
He needs sad jazz for these moments.
Alright, I'll play the piano jazz then. Here we go. Is that better?
It's a little better, yes.
We'll just loop this one for a while.
Okay. I can deal with that.
So Dekai's eye starts to wake up and yep.
Shyalu.
Jakaya, how are you feeling?
Sort of awful, actually.
Yeah, it reminds me. Because all of your organs were shutting down, apparently.
Oh, that's a problem. Why are they doing that?
I don't know. I'm still running more tests to figure it out.
Kalani, is that you? Well, of course,
Yes.
there's no other cats I know. Either that or I'm hallucinating.
Okay. I don't think I'm a hallucination.
That's not helpful at all.
I'm sorry. This is out of character.
So, this isn't home. Where are we?
We're on Nar Shaddaa.
Why are we on Nar Shaddaa?
Because that's where they were going. I needed Shiloh's help.
This place is not. This is like the den of the most unhonorable people around.
Yeah.
Well, can I get up? What am I don't. What am I supposed to do?
Well, I'm still monitoring your condition, so if you're still hooked up to things. If you could stay there for a while, so we can figure out what's going on. I'm not sure if I've solved the problem entirely.
Last thing I remember was that shadow creature. Don't really remember much about what happened after that, though.
You were conscious for weeks after that. Wow. That's...
Okay.
Wow, that must be hitting you hard. Hopefully those memories come back to you.
Well, yes, hopefully. I wouldn't want to miss weeks of my life. That would be rather annoying. What are we doing? How are things back home?
Reese is dead.
What? How did that happen?
Sent him with these guys to go get funding for Theodore. You still haven't... someone needs to tell me how that happened. I asked you to keep an eye on him because I knew he got framed for something. I asked you to go to the prison to check on him. And now he's dead. And then... So, I expect an explanation for that. Looking at Shyalu. Come on. Yep, he's... Yep.
Yeah, Kalani. Tikaya's also just staring at them.
I kind of wasn't there for the investigation of how and why I was framed for that.
Shyalu's like, I think Lexa might know more about that. She was more into the investigation of things. She was working with the police to figure out what happened. Ramash just like, are you serious right now? Like,
I hope you
Of course,
understand.
because isn't there to explain.
I hope you understand how much of an inconvenience it is. Not only was he our friend, but also he was quite important to our operations, and you just let him die.
friend is putting it mildly.
I was trying to be delicate.
Yeah, well, he's dead, and they were with him. They could have stopped it. So
Well,
being delicate is
The
inside of my guts feel like if I get angry that they'll burst. So forgive me for being a little delicate, dear.
Yeah, that does not sound fun.
It's not. So I'm really not in the mood for excuses.
Look, it just doesn't matter. Thanks, Shyalu, for your help. We'll keep an eye on. We need to figure out what's going on here. But Don't like any of this. Just everything was just starting to get built, and now everything's falling apart. We were so close, so close.
Just want this to be over. Want to be done dealing with these things.
Is Kalani gonna mention that they wanted intel on Korriban?
She might be like, not the best time.
Yeah, she's kind of focused on, yeah, this is not, bad situation all around.
So I suppose then our next move as soon as I'm better is to go back home and make something of the mess. Also, I'd like to figure out why this has happened to me.
I think that's the first step before we go home.
Maybe.
Not letting him leave your sight, he's pointing at Shyalu, until we know it's not going to happen again.
Fine. I don't like it, but I'll stay. I won't cause trouble this time.
This time won't cause trouble. Maybe. Only a little bit of trouble.
It's more fun when there's trouble.
But of course.
Alright, so Aelon, are you gonna go into the room? Because it's just kind of like one room.
Oh, there's no observation room?
No.
Okay, yeah. Oh well.
Okay, you and Elora go in.
We have a 38
Observation
stealth,
room.
I don't. It's a small. You cannot stealth into this room. It is not that big of a room. Unless you're using a stealth field generator, you cannot stealth into this room.
I don't have. Wait, yeah, I do. That's okay.
Oh no, please don't. She's gonna. Then Dakaya's gonna like force lightning somebody. And it's gonna be a real bad time.
It'll be me, most likely. Nah.
I mean, that is what she does.
Yeah, that's what she doing.
So Aelon and Elora walk in.
Quietly.
Aelin, I'm not too upset at seeing you. Who's that? With you.
Dakaya, this is Elora. Elora, this is Dakaya.
Well, that is the freakiest thing I've ever seen. Sorry, no offense. It's not like I'm not offended by your face. It looks very much like my own.
This is one of the reasons why things have been very interesting. Well, at least when I first met you.
One of the reasons things are interesting.
Oh yeah.
There are a lot of reasons why things are, as you put it, interesting. But sure.
Apparently, everywhere I go, I'm just gonna see my face. There are clones of me running around trying to kill Aelon. Apparently, it's a long story.
I seem to have made
Very
a few
long.
bit of enemies. They don't like me very much. Don't know why.
Well, I understand the feeling. My enemies tend to try to kill me rather quickly. So far, none of them succeeded. Well, I don't know. We'll see. So clones, that's a new one.
That's what it seems to be.
This makes things rather awkward. You're not assuming I'm a clone too because I look like her.
I have no clue.
I can assure you I'm not. I had parents and grew up on Korriban.
Alright.
Also, my experiences in the temple would lead me to believe that, no one is like me at all.
That's why this whole thing puzzles me.
I'm trying to ignore the comments so that I can roleplay here, people.
So just don't look at them. Just go full screen on the camera so you can't see the messages.
It was, and you all started laughing.
Yeah, but it's just Bazak typing
It's his
tone in
fault.
all caps.
It's his fault.
Like every 5 seconds.
It's his fault.
Well, aren't things just peachy as normal? Why can't I just move to one place and have things work out the way they're supposed to? Ramai, this is your fault.
How is this my fault?
You're putting your fingers in too many pies. I've already told you about this. You're getting involved into things. We should have just left well alone and stayed in our own home.
We were trying to build the home. You don't even remember our conversations that we were having, because apparently you don't remember anything after the shadow. So, how do you know what was going on?
I
made the right
don't.
play.
I just assume.
We made the right play.
Sure. Whatever you say. I'm sure you'll remind me when everyone's gone. It's just... I'm sorry. It just... Everything hurts right now. Perhaps we... just need space. Maybe the rest of them could politely leave and you can fill me in on what I'm missing.
Yeah, guys, I think that's our cue.
That's more than a cue. I said it in the nicest way possible.
Hey, everybody leaves.
Yeah, let's just
Just
go.
like pointing to the room, I was like, let me know
It's
if those
okay.
monitors
Beyond
do
our
weird things.
Great medical advice.
What? He doesn't need to explain it. It's just if it changes, just let me know.
One more time, and he's up to 20. Alright, well, you take care of yourself, Takaya. Ramai?
I think at this point it's Shyalu who's taking care of me, but sure.
It's well wishes, lass. It's the best I can do. Ramai, as soon as I get word from Coruscant as to what in the world happened, I will forward the results to you ASAP. I'm not entirely certain as to what happened for this whole thing with Reese, but as soon as I get the records, I'm going to forward them over to you.
He nods. Bye bye now.
Bye bye.
Alright, so
I'll take care now.
Lexa went to go talk to Raydik about stuff. He didn't have any stuff.
She gets in there, everyone's pretty much gone. Except the Eraser and his buddy.
Eraser and Theodore, best buddies for life.
So, you've met the Eraser. Seems
Briefly.
like you two got along rather quickly.
That's how the game is played.
Oh, so it was just a game. You were actually charmed by his weirdness.
He's intriguing.
That's a word that people use.
I still don't know what he's doing. I'll find out.
I think he's weird.
There's no denying that, but you and I aren't exactly normal.
What do you mean? We're the most normal people in the galaxy. Obviously, people should be more like us.
I think that's what everyone says about themselves. To some degree.
Perhaps. I'm rethinking this whole being controlled thing. These clones. I didn't think you could construct organics, but if you can construct an organic and make it do its bidding, then perhaps we're not that different after all.
Like I said, that overriding command you get in your head sometimes. That's a patch that was introduced to our programming once the war had started. It was meant to override our autonomy.
You said you could remove it, though.
I can. I did it to myself. If we do go to Korriban, I would recommend it. There are probably a lot of crystals that are in that fortress. We can't have ourselves being sidetracked.
No one's ever operated on me besides my brother and myself.
Well, if you like, it's a programming thing. I have another setup, like the one on the ship, completely automated. You would program the whole thing. I wouldn't even be there. I would just tell you how it works and you can look it over for yourself.
Actually, I was thinking I would let you. We've known each other for a little while, and I think perhaps it's time to let you into another barrier that I don't normally let people through. Also, I don't know if it's possible, but I don't remember everything. I remember some things about my past, but not all. And I didn't think I wanted to after I learned what happened to my last friend. But you know things. You're more confident in what you do. You understand this galaxy better than I. Perhaps it would be worth it to see if there's anything that remains of my own memories.
Well, I'm not sure if they're recoverable, but we can try.
Alright, I would be willing to do that. We have some time.
Yes, we have at least time to remove the patch before either the lab tests return or Lasaya arrives.
Well then, there's not much else for us to do.
Well, since we don't need to sleep, the day is ours. It's only take us a couple of hours to get to the facility. Or we could go back to the ship. Actually, that's closer. That would work better.
Just as long as the door is sealed.
Of course.
Well, then let's just do it.
Alrighty. So you guys are going to fix Lexa's programming. Yay! Fixing.
And
What's everybody else doing?
waiting for the eventual overtaking and overthrow the government by our robot overlords.
No. That's not what's happening.
Elon is going back
Supreme Ruler Jim.
Oh dear.
Yep, Elon is just showing Elora around, help her get refamiliarized with the blaster rifle that she got and everything else.
Alright, so... Alright, so yeah, you go back to Strip and do some stuff. So you get like, you're like unconscious and whatever.
Lexa is now a killer robot. Oh, people are typing. No.
Yeah, so you should check your thing that says dreams. I marked a new one with there's like dashes, so you had all the other ones before that.
Okay.
But those are the memories you get back while he's working on you.
because they're always so great.
Yep, perfect memories. You can blame Kyra. He wrote all of them.
No.
Should probably do something while I read.
Whoa. What are we gonna do?
Oh, goodness gracious. Please stop. I like the voice modulating version better. Save us, Bazak. Can you save us, Bazak?
Go.
Is Barry running the universe?
Not yet. Give me time.
No, it's all good.
The Warcraft universe will blend over
Yeah.
into Star Wars eventually, and then I will.
Yeah, so the Eraser's got to be like talking to you, Theodore. So yeah, so what are you telling him security wise about stuff?
Well, I suppose I'm just talking with him about setting up the security arrangements. Like whatever the usual setups the Eraser tends to have.
Setup is pay a bunch of mercenary people to keep him secret, but don't tell him exactly where he is. His usual method of security is just not letting anybody find him. And then having you.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like, what sort of locations does he like for that are tend to be inconspicuous? What sort of resources does he require?
He likes anywhere that has a lot of traffic, but something that's like wouldn't get noticed. So he's like in the thick of things. So he like hides. He hides within the crowd. He doesn't hide like in the dilapidated warehouses. He just hides in, like he'll get an apartment, but he's still good at covering his tracks, so no one knows he's there. Also, that he has a hollow projector thing that can change his appearance, so he can look like a different species. So he usually uses that for if he has to go anywhere. Or when he's setting up a new safe house, he'll use that to like move in and out of it.
So we'll need an inconspicuous apartment somewhere, not too out of the way, reasonable amount of people. Something else seem normal for Nar Shaddaa.
Yes, I think it should be.
Before.
It should be easy to find an apartment on this place. It's pretty much a giant city, right? Blend in with the crowd, like always. As long as the Sith aren't after us. But I think they were tracing Elora. So if we're not by Elora, then they shouldn't find us.
Would you like me to go set this up?
That would be great. And then after you get back, I've got some instructions to give you on how to get the hack once you're at. If we successfully do this fortress thing, I usually give you like the spikes and everything else. I'll work some stuff up. I got some special ones for this occasion. It'll be great. I've been wanting to test out this new code for a while. He seems super excited.
Yes, sir. Just give me the I will the typical.
Alright. Still working out polishing details, but yeah, they'll be ready by the time you get back, so good luck. Safe travels.
I will return with a list of possible flats. See which match your preference.
Excellent. Thank you, Theodore. Alrighty, going to check on flats. So Theodore goes to check on some flats. You find a couple different options. The Eraser ends up choosing something in the Parlance
After
district,
the real.
which is the place where Raydik met Lexa the first time. So it's like the ritzy place, where there's like slightly less ritzy things, but it's also like the least crime-ridden area. So it's safer, and there's also like rich people.
Because it's
So
where
there's a lot
all
of-
the crime lords live.
Yeah, so it's like the crime lords live there, so they got a bunch of security and stuff. So they don't like having wars on their own, like private sanctuary turf. So he goes with something in that area. Alrighty, so doing things. It's the next day. getting the lab results back. Lexa and Raydik are back. Or not, if you want to have discussions before they get back.
In
All
comes the death robot.
I don't know. There's no death robot. I fixed the death robot. There's no death robot anymore. Death robot is fixed.
Okay. Right.
Alright, yeah, so you wake up Lexa on the ship. There's also jazz music playing on the ship, because it's Raydik.
I figured. I don't feel any different. Did it work?
I believe it did. I was trying to recover memories, but there doesn't seem to be much there.
I'm a little embarrassed because all I remember is tripping, and that's how I got frozen in ice. Kind of. I was hoping it was something more dramatic back then.
It's never like we imagine it. But I was hoping that seeing our creator's language would have triggered some more in you, but I'm not sure. It may just be too damaged to recover. Maybe over time it will come back.
Maybe I don't deserve to have it come back. Maybe I deserve what I did to myself, and I should just stay this way, trying to make up for my past.
Well, moving forward, it's, well, I guess I've been around for so long. Trying to erase the past seems to be a foolhardy mission.
And yet, somehow I did it. And yet,
Well,
it
it's
didn't really solve my problems.
It's because with the past comes purpose. If you know where you were, you can figure out where you want to be next.
See, now that makes sense, but the little I do remember has really not given me a purpose in life.
Well, it's a good thing you met me then.
We'll see. You may not like it after a while.
Well, it's a risk I'm willing to take.
Why?
Everyone else dies. It becomes tiresome. And you remind me of, well, where I came from. But it's been so long I lost touch with it a little bit. It's nice to have grounding, I suppose.
Nothing like your home.
But you haven't been fighting the fight for as long as I have. You have a different perspective. Different perspectives are valuable. And you're not gonna die on me in 100 years.
Well, barring some tragedy, no.
And we can be rebuilt from about almost anything.
Really?
Oh, yes, there are reasons I have such an impressive suite aboard my ship.
It is very impressive. I didn't let anyone go in, if I'm being honest. I sort of claimed it as my bedroom.
Well, I'm glad you like it so much. I've had a lot of time to study how we work. So most damage is repairable. Aside from memories, but our bodies themselves, I can't quite recreate how we were made, but I've come close.
What do you
I've
mean?
had to come close. Well, I've had some scrapes where I was very badly damaged. Luckily for me, I had studied my own construction enough to be able to repair it. But the thing that makes us different than the droids you see running around is what's in our heads. That's unique. I still have no idea how our creators managed that. But it makes us not droids. It's what makes us different.
My brother said as much. He is a genius mechanically. He in fact knows more about myself than I do. But he could never quite pin down what it was that made me different from other droids. But he did. He always suspected it had something to do with my mind.
Well, that is the difference. So, I know you were concerned about Jim being like us. He never will be.
It makes me feel better.
While he can act in an autonomous fashion, he's still not us. He's still bound to core programming. Aside from the patch, we're completely adaptable, much as organic beings are.
Were there many of us?
Thousands.
So do you think our creators intended to create a race?
Well, it's been a long time. We lived with them as equals until they needed us for war.
Is that when they put the patch in?
Yes. We were so autonomous, the leaders didn't think we would, well, we were willing to fight in the war, but they thought it would be more effective. Yes.
So, were we wiped out in the war? Is that why there aren't many of us left?
Yes, the other side was formidable. We hung on for as long as we could, but there was no way we could withstand them. They had a great empire. Eventually died out, I think. I haven't seen many traces of them. I've been searching. Part of me thinks that might be what's out there. What turned Revan? Something. It feels like they died away too easily. They have to still be around somewhere.
You think it's possible that there's a planet full of our people somewhere hiding?
No, not our people, our enemy.
And why would
Our
you
people.
want to go back to our enemy?
So I can wipe them off the face of the universe.
Seems to me like who we should be going after is our creators and wiping them off. Being remembered.
Well, they're already gone, so I've moved my target before I solved the patch problem. I was fighting for, well, any rumors of dark side, powers. And while the patch is now gone, I think I owe it to the memory of at least our people to continue the fight that left them destroyed. I'm the only one left. Well, not the only one left anymore. The galaxy's gone through countless wars. The dark side is always present. And while I have other ventures on the side, I don't think I want to see anyone else wiped out by something I could prevent. We can play a long game like few others can. And the long game is how you actually win.
from being used the way we were.
But you can only do that if you prevent the circumstances in which they would need to be used.
All this time, I thought I was built to destroy. And it turns out that, no, it was some sort of trick played on us, and something we can't get rid of. Not until you had time to think. I feel something that I have not felt in quite a time, and I don't really know how to take it out. The last time I felt this way, I nearly killed a man, and still don't really regret it. I don't want to be that way anymore.
Well, I can't guarantee that we won't kill anyone, because that seems to me to be a foolish goal. Everyone dies at some point or another, except us.
But they should have a chance to redeem themselves before they die. To be different than what they were.
Well, that's sometimes true. As much as I think you would like to leave things behind, I've lived long enough to realize that without purpose, living until your bodies wear out, which I can repair now, seems like a dull prospect, so I've chosen to honor our people's memory by trying to make sure it never happens to anyone again.
There's no part of you that tried to live a normal life just to see what it would be like?
Well, for a few hundred years, sure. Once I got rid of the patch, it allowed me to function more regularly and under control. But, it gets tiresome after a while. There's only so much normal you can do.
I suppose that makes sense.
So not having the patch to give me a purpose, I found my own purpose.
And you think that wiping out our former enemies is the correct thing to do?
As far as I can tell, saving innocent people from those who do evil is the only purpose worth living thousands of years for. Because if we took the flip side and we conquered the universe instead, well, that just becomes tiresome after a while. You sit there, you've already achieved everything you wanted to achieve. Evil will always be present, but you always give people a choice. If you take over the universe, you remove people of choice, then what are you fighting to save them from?
And in the end, we're no better than the ones who did it to us.
Exactly. So, to further my goals, I work with criminal enterprises to have the resources necessary to do what needs to be done. Not all evil is equal.
I suppose that's true.
And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for whoever turned Revan and the entire fleet. That's a threat that I think may be more dangerous than Revan.
That's why you care. I don't care what happens to these people.
Yes. It's the living in the memory of our people. That's why I care what happens to these people. So while everyone dies, they don't have to die the way we died.
These are not the answers I wanted. This is not the way I thought things would be. But can't say that I disagree with what you said. I don't think I ever put it quite like that in my own head. I'm sure, given a few hundred years, I would have eventually gotten there. But you have to understand, there are still people I care about, and I know that they won't live very long in the grand scheme of things. But I can't just abandon them. I want to help you. I want to go with you. I want that more than anything. I felt so alone. But my father took me in when no one else did. He protected me without really knowing what I was. He didn't have to do that.
Well, we would probably still need a crew of some people. Do your family have ties? Would they come with you if you asked?
They would come with me if I asked, but I don't want them in danger.
We would operate long term, I think. Gather as much information as we can before we do anything. It may be that they would be out of danger for whatever time they may have.
There's another member of my family, my sister. She abandoned us and left us holding the bag, but I don't want anything bad to come of her. I don't think she needs to know that I'm helping her, but if we could do something to ensure that she at least lives somewhat of the life she wanted.
That can easily be arranged. As long as we can find her. I'm sure the eraser can.
I'm sure it's not that difficult. She was never quite good at hiding. She was always very flashy. And she's one of the best pilots I've ever known.
Well, yes, so... Well, this is all assuming we find what we're looking for. As far as information goes. If we don't get the information, we probably won't be going anywhere.
I'm really looking forward to this expedition. It sounds needlessly dangerous.
If there was another way to get the information we needed, that was readily apparent, I would do that instead. My original plan had been to gain his trust by giving him the shadow, and so he would invite me to his place, but that ship has sailed. I cannot argue that it was not better this way. The shadow was dangerous.
I think, though, perhaps in the future, being with me, I can probably advise you better in a less creepy and ominous way to ask for help. If there's one thing I've learned about being near organics, is that they're quirky like that, and if you set them off in a certain way, they tend to be stubbornly against logic.
Well, I wish I had known more. That you were like me when we had started the venture would have made everything much simpler.
Indeed.
And he gets a calm. He just like holds up his hands for a second. Nodding. Excellent, thank you. Well, that was the lab results.
Is she a horrible clone like all the rest?
I don't think it's quite that simple.
Well, there is a connection.
That's what my technicians tell me.
Well, that will make everyone so much easier in mind.
He said the amount of DNA that matches is not such that it is an identical clone, but it is closer than siblings. Or one would expect from random chance of siblings.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Also, he said there was no signs of rapid aging, so there's something deeper at play here.
She seemed pretty certain. Never mind, I wasn't there. I didn't see that. I had two characters. No, she left.
So, to answer the chat of fraternal twins, I will use my science knowledge to tell you that fraternal twins are just like any other siblings. Aside from identical twins. You can't tell, like, DNA-wise, you can't tell fraternal twins from just siblings.
Fraternal twins are two separate eggs.
Mhm.
I know this because my mother is a fraternal twin.
Yeah,
So-
so my youngest brothers. They're just brothers that happen to be born at the same time.
Anywho, so you guys head back. It's a fun time. So, everyone else, yay! Everyone else is doing stuff. What stuff? We don't know. Well, we know what Theodore was doing.
Apartment shopping.
Yeah.
Also, Dakaya's kind of stable-ish, but Shyalu's like, so, in this interim, he's noticed, like, it was, like, slightly still, like, declining somewhat, so, like, he's just been, like, regularly still healing her, so she's feeling, like, pretty much at the top of her game, but, like, Shyalu still needs to, like, make sure it doesn't get worse. But she
Just
can, like, walk
imagine-
around now. He had said she can go off the machines.
She was very happy.
I'm just imagining Theodore on a
What can you tell me about the plumbing and the previous owners and...
I imagine that Dakaya comes out of the ship
So-
and she starts stretching and moving about.
I'm
What are the
my
neighbors
brain
like?
is stuck on.
What sort of job?
my brain is stuck on that. House Hunter's Nar Shaddaa edition.
That might not be a good thing. Knowing Nar Shaddaa.
When was the last death and then how far away from here?
Looking up crime statistics. Like, last death, someone committed suicide, like in the same apartment complex last week.
That's pretty good. Just suicide.
Was it a suicide?
Or a suicide.
Nope, it was it was like the son of like a rich person who felt lost and confused.
Depression. Hey.
Yep. So it wasn't a suicide.
Theodore makes a note to investigate the news reports of the suicide. And do some back. See if this is really.
Alright, you do that. Yeah, it seems legit. So yeah, everybody comes back. More meetings. We're calling meetings. Rake's calling a meeting. Secondary meeting with
Alright.
everybody. Secondary meeting with everybody.
Maintenance.
So I imagine as everyone's gathering,
So, Mr. E, I found this flat. It's really nice. But there was a suicide, but so far it looks like it actually was a suicide and it wasn't just a murder framed as a suicide. So it looks good. I'll throw you that one. I've got a couple of others, but that one best so far.
Well, I trust your judgment. So yeah, let's go with that one. Sounds good. You know,
You're hunting for apartments in Nar Shaddaa. You'd be better off just shooting yourself now. That's Dakaya.
Suicide flat, man.
This is the worst place in all the galaxy. Well, maybe Nakoraban is a close second, but can't
Yes,
really come out.
Korriban. We need to go there.
No, you don't. There's no reason to ever go there.
There is
I
if
don't
you
know, it
need.
sounds like there was a reason to go there.
Yes,
Who is this chipmunk?
Well, Dakaya, this is
What?
Theodore. Theodore, this is Dakaya. You have now been officially greeted.
There's no reason to ever go to Korriban. Ever.
Theodore nods his head at her.
She just glares at you.
Death to the squirrel.
He just looks at her.
Unless you need to go find information that only Darth Caracas would have.
And what was it that Picaz might be there?
Wait, what? Because isn't with you? What did he do now?
Turned the rescue from the rescue of me and Aelan from the exchanges amphitheater into a bloodbath, and then was captured by the Sith.
Put it this way. There was a big amphitheater filled with lots of people. He made things go boom.
He's captured by the Sith. Remember, he knows what about
understand.
operations. They let Reese die and they got Picaz captured.
He went off on his own during the rescue attempt that he turned into a bloodbath.
I was a little busy fighting for my life to actually even
Yeah,
see
I
Picaz.
was
never
I
saw.
was in a coma during most of the rescue, and any of the planning was no.
This is making no sense whatsoever. I don't really care all that much. I just care about the results, which were terrible.
Oh,
And Messiah is here. You just hear a voice like, I completely agree.
Who are you? Why are there people showing up we don't know?
light side, dark side, go.
This whole
Also-
thing does sound like it was rather incompetent.
Incompetent is a word. So how? Yes, I would love to know how. After I give you all the intelligence you could ever want to know, I gave you access to Darth Caracas' secret communications. You had everything you needed to make this not happen. How did this happen? Also, hi, I am Lexa, former Sith.
Well, great,
What?
sir.
Former Sith, so are we.
Theodore.
Great.
Oh, you're
When did she get here?
yeah, the sun god. She popped up in the door. She showed up. She got tired of waiting.
Okay.
They're like, oh, come
Great.
by in a couple of days. She's like, no, nope.
Show up.
So yeah, for those who don't remember, she is blonde, fairly tall, wears purple.
You're that one lady who helped us out in one particular fight, and that's about all I know of you. Because I
Yeah,
was then
that-
captured and then never saw you again until today.
Yeah. What is going on, guys?
What are you talking about that she gave you information? I didn't know that.
Okay.
You didn't tell everybody.
No, I was captured.
A lot
I
of
was.
things have gone. A lot of things have happened. Mostly because was the only other person who knew what was going on, and we talked about things. But then he had to be a moron and get himself captured. So yes, I've been holding down the fort a little bit by myself for a while.
Out of character, Elon should have known too.
Should have known what?
I know I shared that information with at least two people.
About the bombs?
I think you shared it with Alon's data pad, but he was
He never.
already arrested,
Yeah, if
and
you
then he
send it.
didn't have his data pad back.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
send it.
Oh, wait, no.
It's on his iPhone yet?
He
Sorry.
never had a chance to look at it before he got arrested. That's what.
Yeah.
Yes. Lasana has been contacting me, and I tried to... Look, to be honest, I didn't understand half of what you were telling me, and I tried to prevent a lot of what has happened, but let me just set the record straight here, since there seems to be quite a bit of confusion. Pakaz's capture is Pakaz's fault alone. He went off the rails. Shyalu and I had a faction. We planned on... and we were going to rescue Aylan and Kalani. Pakaz did not stick with the plan and got himself killed. He also, well, not killed, but he killed a lot of people, and he might be dead now. Who knows?
Oh, great.
Well, we have to get him back. Or at least make sure the Sith don't actually have him for too long. It's already been too long.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been trying to find out, but
I don't really see the point in it now. He's been in their capture long enough that if they were ever going to get anything out of him, they've gotten it. And if they haven't, and he's dead, all the better.
I think you underestimate Pakaz's, well, a number of things. His stubbornness, his toughness, his power, some stuff.
Maybe it sounds harsh, but there's not a lot of tears inside me waiting to burst at the thought of Pakaz being repeatedly tortured. I think with the amount of people he killed, he deserves at least some of that.
Regardless of whether or not he deserves it, which is a separate issue that I'm picking my battles here.
Oh, Jedi.
If they manage to get anything out of him, it is very bad news. Multiple levels.
It's been 2 weeks. More than 2 weeks.
Which is why we need to act as quickly as possible. Just Brad, you should have just, maybe gone after him before he was on Korriban.
We don't know where he was. We did at first we didn't even know that he was captured because of the scrambler thing. Couldn't get in contact with him.
That too. Also his fault.
Yep, Lasai's just like...
Seems like everything goes wrong with us.
Well, if he's anywhere, he'll be at the Obsidian Tower. Grax's fortress. It's not going to be easy to get into.
Well, isn't anything ever easy to get into?
Wait, not only do you want to go back to Korriban, you want to go into a Sith Lord's fortress? Even I wasn't that crazy when I was climbing up the ladder. But my, tell them that this is crazy. We're not helping them do this.
It's just like looking. It's like, but yeah. He's like, he really wants to say, yep, nope, we're just leaving, but he's just like, but you know what Pakaz can do. If Caracas learns how to do that, we're done.
But if we go, there's a chance you and I won't get back. I don't want to take that chance again.
Well, we can just fly the ship. We know how to get onto Korriban. That's easy.
You really think we can hide ourselves above orbit? There are people who know who we are, and they'll sense our presence when we come close.
Well, we were on Korriban last time. That went pretty well. We got off without a hitch.
The last time you had your own arena and the box and resources. And also, I was not quite as careful as I should have been, otherwise I would have gotten these people to you without the Sith first trooper chase at the end.
Raydik
That
interjects.
went remarkably well.
I think we have enough resources to cover anything you might want.
anything we might want.
Okay, not anything, but I have considerable resources.
The kind of resources you would lend, even as payment for aiding you?
Payment is on the table, if you can't be convinced otherwise.
Well, look, I'm sure Ramai is willing to jump in because he likes good causes. However, I like resources, money, things that'll help us. We have a small community we have to look after. I would prefer if we got something to help with that. As you may know, the senator situation for New Thanai is not exactly ideal.
I can definitely help with that.
In a way that will make sure that my people can stay safely on their little land that we were given.
Money is money. Political influence. Everything to make sure nobody touches them.
You can do that. I suppose it's worth our while.
Great. Oh, there's other things to deal with, such as the other people we rescued. Eraser, I think they wanted to speak with you. Also, we should let them know what's going on with that other Elora. We still need to figure out what to do about that. I think before we do it, this is going to take a few days of planning. So, I called them here to this meeting. Because if we're all meeting, everybody might as well meet everybody else. I hate having to repeat myself.
This could turn out to be very bad.
I'm not having Elora come. Well, the other Elora. I'm leaving her out of this for now.
I think that's a wise decision. Very well, let's have a conference call with everyone and we'll see what we can plan.
And yeah, right on cue.
Sam is back!
Hey, Sam! It's good to see you!
No, and everybody else is like, oh, hello, everybody. People who don't know me, I'm Nar Shaddaa. Used to be a doctor.
Greetings there, Nos. It's nice to meet you.
I'm Sam. And where'd you guys run off to? I'm getting lonely back here. I'm going stir crazy.
I do apologize about that. We had a few errands to run.
Oh yeah, and you leave poor Sam behind. Sam's gotta disappear before the exchange finds him, you know.
Oh,
I'm glad you all made it back in one piece, because I think I'm gonna need your help.
That's alright. It sounds like we've got a few people who are needing to disappear. Anyways, it's alright.
And then he's looking past you and he sees like Elora, and she's like, "Oh, we just let Elora was where we. How did she get here? How did she beat us?"
And then
here?"
Dakaya with her white hair.
And then yeah, she's like, and who's this? Wow, she looks real. What is going on? My Sam's brain hurts.
That's alright, lad. How do you think I feel? Long story, lots of stuff. Clones are involved. Also, I'm not sure what in the world is going on with Dakaya and Elora. I don't know the connection yet.
There is no connection. I'm not a part of any non-Sith bloodline.
And then there's that. So, as far as I know, lad, I'm just gonna stick with what I know and just kind of hold on to my Elora right here.
And then Drisek walks in the room. She's like, "Oh, it's so great that everyone is safe." And she just like walks in the room. "Oh, hello."
Hello, Drisek.
Hi.
She's like waves to the other people. She doesn't see. See, fam, I told you they'd be fine. Yeah, she's walking around. So why were we called in here exactly? Also, wait, Elora. Never mind. I could hear it outside the room. This just doesn't make any sense. And she's looking around the room, and she sees the other Solonian. She's like, "Father, what are you doing here?"
Please tell me no.
What are you doing here?
Um.
You should have been recalled.
Well, I was serving as an ambassador at the exchange guild who I was trying to protect, and they locked me in the amphitheater, and I mean they just broke me out. So I've been there for a couple of years. Why would I be recalled? What happened?
We will not speak of that here.
She nods and just is now totally flustered. She's like, I don't know what's happening anymore.
No one knows what's happening anymore.
Do not use your name. We will give you a new one.
Why do I need a new name? Eraser's just like, no, just trust me. You need a new name.
We'll talk about this later.
We'll fix it. Just don't worry about it. I think you said we need to talk about the other Elora, because this is the other Elora. Yeah, right. I think that's what we need to talk about. He's looking around the room at people, right?
It's definitely one of the topics of discussion on hand.
Well, all the odds. And I'm a droid, and I know the odds. That's your dad? You seem so much more calm than him. Well, mostly it's just the voice, honestly.
It's a male-female thing. Most people don't know anything about Salonians. That's fine, but no. So what's happening with the Elora? So you're not the same Elora that we just. So you're different. So who's real Elora? He's looking at Elora, Elond, hell, explain.
As far as I know, this one is.
Perhaps it would be better if Raydik began explaining from the top.
But yeah, there is that.
Then we can get everyone on the same page.
Let's get on the same page, everyone. Get out your
Alright.
pens. Go ahead, Raydik.
Alright, we're going to synthesize all of the things that have happened as I have been told them. So if I've left anything out, it's because you didn't tell me. Okay. So, Elora was supposedly killed in an explosion. That was caused by the exchange. Turns out that was not true. Clones of her started popping up. One ran into Elond. Tried to kill Elond. Then the other ones started getting killed and erased, which is how the eraser found out that there was more than one of them, because he was the one doing all of the erasing. So, as far as we know, this is the real Elora who's been locked up for a long time. The other Elora believes she's the real Elora, but is a clone of Elora rapidly grown, but given Elora's memories somehow. But potentially maybe programmed to kill Elond. We were trying to figure out who was responsible for things, and then the Sith showed up trying to rescue this Elora. So now we have to go to Darth Krax's fortress to find information, hopefully on secret projects, as well as potentially rescuing or killing Pakaz, and looking for, well, what I'm looking for. And yes, so I'm not sure if I think Pakaz is a tangential issue. The real issue here is what's been going on with these clones. I think that about sums it up. Sam's like, well, wow, I'm sure glad I decided to hitch my wagon to this crazy show. Remind me never to give anybody their personalized blaster again. Wait, hold on. So, wait, you're the eraser? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to do something for me. Mainly, erase me so that Exchange doesn't try and kill me for helping these fools escape. Because Tham kind of lacks his face, and I don't think they'd be too kind on the face.
I will have you know, Tham, that you finding my blaster has been quite advantageous for us. It aided quite well when we came under attack and escaped from the shot through the heart bar, where it quite literally shot through several Siths in the heart.
There's my Elon, sharpshooter of the galaxy. Took out Devil, taken out Sith. Who needs anybody else, am I right?
Yes, he is quite excellent at taking things out. She kind of rubs her shoulder a little bit.
I believe he shot one of them straight through.
The heart.
Yeah. Lasia's just like, yes, I think we got the point, Elon. We got the one. Everybody, sure, it's fun.
Twirl.
So we, luckily, I've been in the fortress before, having, worked for Darth Caracas, so I know my way around. We just need to get on Korriban, somehow manage to get inside the fortress, undetected. Okay, there's no way we can do this undetected. It's not gonna happen.
No, not if you're breaking into a Sith fortress. How long were you on Korriban? You don't seem like you're the type that grew up there.
No, I was with Revan. So, I've been to Korriban. I was on Korriban for about a month in the fortress itself.
Oh, so you're one of those Jedi Sith. Never mind, you're not quite as cool as the rest of us.
Alright.
He's just smirking.
Alright. It's alright.
Well, if you're planning on getting there anyway, you're going to have to find a very good excuse to get involved. The best way usually is to go in as potential candidates for Sith Academy, or soldiers, or slaves. Those usually get you in pretty quickly without questions being asked.
Oh, well, the slave route, I think, would be a good bet. I happen to have someone else here who might be able to help us with that particular angle.
Alexa's just looking at him. What does that mean?
Someone with a known criminal reputation.
No, I forbid. Shoot her now.
And the Whisperer walks in, also with a Mandalorian dressed in black armor.
No, there's no plan where she survives or is party to at all.
Please tell me
Like,
that's
so
not
that's
you,
no
Ajax.
way to treat an old... Okay, not friend. Rival. Is the right word for it.
You tried to kill me.
And
sent
you tried to
criminals.
kill me.
No, I tried to capture you. There's a very distinct difference. You deserve to be in prison for the rest of your life. I, on the other hand, am doing the wrong. Correct things. You are just a con woman and a criminal, and you killed several people.
Because you've never killed anyone, right?
Well, I've
Lexa
never murdered
has found
I
anyone.
think maybe we should keep our personal issues out of this.
Well, my personal issues
The
are
Mandal-
My head hurts.
The Mandalorian talks like, I'm on board with what that Salonian just said.
Is it?
Yeah, and so it's Ajax. He's got new armor.
Okay. Hey,
Like,
Jack.
hey, I'll say, hey guys,
hi.
you miss me?
It's good to see you again.
Yeah, Theodore will nod in acknowledgement.
Yeah, Raydik gives
Obviously,
you a
someone
look, Lexa, like,
intelligent.
we have things to talk about later. Like, he has plans. Like, he just gives you, like, a sideways, like, look.
I'm not happy about this.
Elora will take a swing at Ajax and just say, "It's good to see you a lot," and swings and misses. I'm glad you're holding up quite well.
Hey, at least,
I don't think punching armor is a very good idea.
yeah, he lets it hit full for you. He just, like, cracks your knuckles. Like, yeah, you might want to put some ice on that hand, Aelon. It's good to see you, too. Yeah, so, you found Elora. I wish I would have been able to help you with that.
Yeah,
I know we made a promise earlier ago.
It would have been good to have you along, but somebody was playing dead. But anyways, Elora, this is Ajax. Ajax, this is Elora. This is Whisperer, who she has connections with Lexa from long ago, and that's about all I know.
So the other Whisperer's like, so did I hear something about slaves? And well, that's where I end it tonight.
You want me to shoot her, lass?
Lexa's this close to just walking up and punching her.
Alright.
Yeah, Kaladi is very uncomfortable with this talk of slaves and going in as slaves, and the Whisperer, and generally bewildered by everything else.
Oh, of
bewildered
course.
slash overwhelmed.
Applause to our GM for managing all those NPCs.
There's 10 more I want you to manage. Ha 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 ha.
There's 11 of them, I'll have you know.
Yeah, but there's 10 more to add to the 11, so it's now 21. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. I hope you guys have a good night. I hope you enjoyed the evening and at least enjoyed the show. You guys have a good night and God bless.